What's up, everybody? Welcome to day 2 of my 5-day series of Become a Money Magnet. So I'm going live on Facebook, I'm going live on IG. We're just making sure all this is working. So let's hope that this all works. And hi, Anne. How you doing, boo? Let me see if I can set a title for this. I don't know if I can do that. I'm not that tech savvy. Let's see. Hi, friends. Okay, I don't think I can do... What's up? I don't think I can do a title for this, so we're just gonna go with it. Okay, today is day 2 of how to become a money magnet. We're going to be talking about money stuff. We're going to be talking about how to make more money. But today we're really going to focus on the releasing guilt around spending, releasing stress around spending, how you can't fuck it up. My dog's going crazy in the background, but we're just going to roll with it. All right, so I'll give it another minute, and then I'll just get started. And if any of y'all have questions, put them in here. Feel free to put some questions in about money, releasing guilt around spending, any other thoughts that you want me to kind of tackle or go into when it comes to money and making money. And if you're watching the replay of this, because I'll post this on my IGTV, if you're watching the replay of this, then feel free to comment and I'll still answer the question, or you can shoot me a DM and we can go into it together. So welcome, everybody. Again, this is how to become a money magnet, and today we're going to specifically talk about releasing stress and anxiety when it comes to money and spending, and how you really just can't fuck it up. So I'm going to give it one more minute, and then I'm just going to get right into it. And if y'all have questions, put them in the comment section, and I'm happy to answer some questions about money. Anything, or anything. I'm a pretty open, easy person, so we can talk about anything. I'm just making sure my Facebook Live is working. Do you like this background? This background is a lot better than my old background. When I was in the Audi dealership buying out my lease yesterday, that was a vibe. That was a moment. Okay, we're gonna dig right into it, and I'm gonna start by going over why you can't fuck it up when it comes to money. There is no fucking it up when it comes to money. And this is such a core root principle that I think is extremely relevant and important to talk about, because a lot of times we have this impression or this belief system or this idea that we can mess up our journey with money. If we spend too much money, we can mess it up. If we overspend, if we don't negotiate well, if we waste our money on something, we feel like we can mess up money. We feel like there's something that can happen where we could fuck it all up, right? And this is such a erroneous and unhelpful thought process. Hi from Arizona. I'm in Miami right now, in case you guys didn't know. But there is this erroneous thought process that we can fuck it up with money. And I know how this feels because for years I was so frugal and I borderline on cheap. I was on that border between frugal and cheap. And I was just so resistant and reluctant to spending money. And if I bought coffee for $5, I felt like I was what the fuck am I doing? This is such a splurge. Or if I spent money on a luxury item, why would I buy that when I can buy something that's the same at H&M? I can buy a t-shirt at H&M. And this belief that you can fuck it up with money really creates two primary issues and two primary catalysts for how it fucks up our money-making journey. First, we don't feel safe having money. If you feel like you can mess it up with money, you're going to feel a lot of anxiety around making decisions when it comes to money. If you feel like you can fuck it up with money, you're going to have a weird tension with money when it comes to earning, when it comes to spending, when it comes to having, when it comes to making money, if you feel like there's a right and a wrong. The second thing it does is it strips the joy from our lives and from our conversations, especially around money. So it strips the joy from, love spending money. I love going out to eat. But if you're worried about the finances side of things, you're going to strip the joy of that moment. Like if you go out to eat and you're like with a partner or a date and you're constantly thinking about the bill and how much money it's going to be, you're going to really kind of fuck up the joy of that moment. And so when we feel like there is stress, anxiety, or you can fuck it up when it comes to money, then you'll really kind of mess up the joy in a lot of these environments. But more than that, you'll also fuck up your ability to earn more. So how does that play out, right? The truth is that there is no responsible or irresponsible with money, right? So I'm going to break this down because this is a core concept that I believe in that has helped me make a lot more money, which has really, really helped me excel, expand, and also just feel better with money overall. So the truth is you can't fuck it up. There is no right and wrong. There is no irresponsible with money. So I want you to ask yourself, if you feel responsible or irresponsible with money, if you buy something that's like expensive in your eyes, what part of you feels like you're being irresponsible? Why do you feel irresponsible? Okay, well, you can go down the path of, well, my parents always taught me to save money, right? I should be saving money first. I shouldn't be spending money. If I spend too much money, then I'm messing something up. I'm going to run out of money. Money is limited. There's going to be some issue with money. I'm turning my AC down a little bit. There's going to be some issue with money in the future if I spend too much. If I overspend, I'm being irresponsible. But what I want to impart on you is like the idea that you can be irresponsible with money is a belief system that we create. Like somebody could say spending $100 on a meal is responsible, right? Because they want to fuel themselves with really great nutrition. And somebody else could say it's irresponsible because you can go to McDonald's, right? Who's right and who's wrong? Neither. There is no right and wrong. That's the whole point. There's no right and wrong with how to spend your money. If you decide to spend your money on nice clothes, then you decide to spend your money on nice clothes. If you decide to spend your money on other, like you go out to eat and you really love eating, it's to create a world where there's right and wrong with money is fucking pointless. It's fucking pointless, and all it does is it creates stress and tension inside of ourselves. And why does it do that, right? So if you're thinking to yourself, I really love buying coffee out. Like this coffee is like $6 and look how fucking tiny it is. If you really love buying coffee, but you feel like you are messing up when you spend a lot of money on coffee, you're going to prevent yourself from enjoying those moments, right? And you're also going to show the universe that you're not ready to receive more because there's split energy there. Your energy is, I want this, but I shouldn't want it. I want it, but I shouldn't want it. And one of my core beliefs and one of the things that I have worked through over time is the understanding and the belief that like you can't fuck it up. Like you just can't mess this up. There is no messing it up. Okay, I want to share a personal story. Again, for anybody that's joining, feel free to ask some questions. I'm happy to go through. I'm just checking my Facebook also. I got a little setup here. We got Facebook, we got IG. Facebook's just taken all of my attention today for the company Facebook because they own IG. So I'm going to share a personal story with me about a recent credit card bill that I've been dealing with, right? So recently was spending a lot of money on my credit cards, and I kind of went through a whole process. So I want to share that here in the hope that it will help other people that are going through something similar, right? So over the past 2 years, from my income going from like $180,000 to $250,000 to $350,000, I've increased my spending pretty proportionally. Like I've increased the amount of money that I spend. Obviously, I have a much nicer place now, as you can see. Like I drive a nicer car, I wear nicer jewelry, I have nicer clothes. But I also spend more money on my team. I spend more money on investing in myself. And a couple of months ago, probably like in March, April time frame of 2020. I was spending like a lot, and my income is typically somewhere between $15,000 and $50,000 a month for the most part. A lot of months it's right around 25-ish, pretty consistently, and then some months will be much higher. And a couple months ago, I was spending on my credit card, and my credit card bill was like $35,000. Like it was like $35K over the course of a couple of months because I was buying a lot. Like I have a dog, I bought a Rolex, I was traveling a lot. Like there was just a lot of shit I was putting on my credit card in addition to my investments in myself. So whether it was courses I was buying or coaches and things like that, right? But my credit card bill was a lot higher than it normally is, and it stressed me the fuck out. And I had a little panic moment for a little bit where I looked at the bill. I went into my Amex like login thing, and I was like, holy shit, I have like $40,000 of credit card debt that I just accumulated over the like a 2-month period. It's not like it was like years and years. It just happened like that. And I kind of had two choices. I had two paths I could take. I could beat myself up. I could go back into Scotty 1.0, like the old version of myself where I was stressed, anxious, feeling like I was fucking it up. And what I would do previously is I would like cut back my spending. I would look at my money and I would be like, okay, I'm not going to go out to eat. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to cut back this. And I would do all these things to make myself feel more responsible, right? But what I did this time was I thought to myself, these are the things that you teach. Like this is your life. You are the test case. You are the example for this. You are the person that people look to think about money and digest money and deal with money. So how does Scotty 2.0, how does that version of me show up and treat money as energy, as I believe it is? And what I essentially did, my dog is like making some noises over there and I don't like it. Cashew? Okay, we're fine. So essentially what I did was I sat down and I reiterated the same lessons that I teach my clients. I said to myself, money is simply energy. Having $35,000 of credit card debt means nothing about me as a person. It doesn't mean I'm a good person. It doesn't mean I'm a bad person. The only time I will feel negatively about it is if I allow myself to feel negatively about it, is if I say to myself, I'm fucking it up. And this is a story I can tell myself or a story I can choose not to tell myself. So I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm going to allow this to just simply be energy. It doesn't mean anything about me. And then I'm going to shift it. So I did two things. The first thing I did was I decided that I am going to make so much more money than I spend that I will easily be able to pay off my credit card debt in a couple months. I'm going to have so much overflow, so much surplus on a monthly basis. I'm going to increase my income. I'm going to energetically get aligned to making $40,000, $50,000. Hi there. Hi, friend. Energetically get aligned to making $40,000, $50,000, just energetically aligned to making more and more money so that the credit card can just be wiped out and I don't have to think about it. But then I also took a step back and I allowed myself to just be present with it and just have it be there. And it was just a thing that existed and it was no big deal. It didn't mean anything about me. And then the second thing I did was I decided that this was Scotty 2.0. Like Scotty 2.0, like this is going to be a normal fucking thing for me. It's going to be a normal day that I have $30,000 of credit cards, like bills. Like the millionaire version of me, the path that I'm on to making millions of dollars, he spends $30,000 in a month. He spends $50,000 in a month. It doesn't mean anything. And when I release that attachment of like, fuck, I can fuck this up, or my credit card bills mean something bad about me, like I'm a bad person, I'm a bad advisor, I'm a bad person with money, like I'm not doing something right. When I was able to release that, you can look at it for what it truly is. It's just numbers in a fucking computer. Like it's not that serious. The emotion that we place on it, I just can't stress enough, is chosen. You choose to feel those types of emotions about money. And you don't have to feel them. You can choose different emotions. You can choose to allow money to support you. The reason this is important is because if you spend your life living with negative emotions around money, what type of experiences do you think you're going to continue to attract into your life around money? Negative experiences. So if you are constantly in a state of stress, anxiety, tension, guilt, shame around money, you will continue to perpetuate that exact same scenario in your life over and over and over again. So this is the interesting thing. There is this misconception that if you just paid off all your debt and you had no debt and you had $1 million in the bank, you'd feel free and you'd feel like so prosperous. That's not how it works. You need to feel free and prosperous first, and then the outer world will shift based on your internal feelings. So if you decide money supports me, I don't feel any guilt around money. If you decide that that's how you want your life to be, as I did with my credit cards, right? It went up to about $35,000. I was available for it. It happened. I decided, I was like, no, all the debt is going to get paid off. All the debt is going to get paid off. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to stress about it. It doesn't mean anything about me. I'm going to focus on earning. I'm going to focus on making more money. I'm not going to sit and look at any credit card debt. And in doing so, the debt was paid off in a matter of months. Savings is built back up. Money is flowing in. And everything's easy and everything's flowy. And this is an extreme example for me personally with $35,000 of debt. But there have been times when I had $5,000 of credit cards or $15,000 or $10,000, like different scenarios. And every time it's an exercise, right? It's an opportunity to reframe what you believe. My dog in the background is making a ruckus with her bed. It's an opportunity to choose abundance. So here's a core principle that's going to help all of you when it comes to money and having an abundant mindset with money. You develop an abundant mindset with money by consistently choosing abundance. You don't just flip a switch and decide to be abundant one day. It's not how it works. You don't just like wake up one day and you're like, I'm an abundant bitch. It's perfect. I have lots of money. Like, you don't just wake up that way. I don't just wake up that way every single day. I consistently choose abundance every day, every moment that I can. So I consistently, that's why I bought a Rolex. That's why I wear my Rolex. So I can look at my watch and remind myself I'm an abundant person. I'm able to spend $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 on jewelry. I have plenty of money. I am supported by money. These are the beliefs that I consistently choose on a day-to-day basis that have gotten me to this point where I now don't feel any stress or anxiety around money. Money is something that just does not stress me out. I'm excited about earning more. Do I wish I had millions of dollars in my bank account? Absolutely. Like, I'm striving for more, but I'm also very safe and secure with where I am. Because the truth is, money is like circulation. It's like blood in a system. It's coming, it's going, it's constantly shifting in and out. So there's no reason for you to hold on tightly to money. There's no reason to be stressed. You can always make more money. If you spend some money, you can always make more money. Now, you don't want to get into a perpetual process where you're like, I can always just make more. Because maybe you're spending out of alignment. You're spending money based on ego-centered desires of like, you want to like look cool and act cool. But you can always make more money. It's really not a big deal. It's just really never a big deal. So that's my story on guilt and shame and credit cards. My dog is like having the time of her life playing with her little bed over there. So what else? You can't fuck it up. You just can't fuck up this money journey. There's no fucking it up. Doesn't that provide such a release? Like, doesn't that feel like such a release of stress? So if I told you, you can't fuck up this money journey, you just can't fuck up this money journey, there's just no fucking it up, what would you do? How would you act? If you couldn't fuck it up, what would you do? And when you think, here's a better question. When you ask yourself, or when you feel like, oh fuck, I can fuck this up, like things can go haywire, I can mess up, I can fail. When you think that, what benefit is it providing you? Like, what benefit is it providing you when you think you can fuck up money? Maybe it makes you save more money. Maybe there is a perceived benefit, but why do we think the things that we think? That's the crux of it. Get curious around your thought process around money. Why do I feel like I can fuck up money? Why do I feel like I can overspend? Why do I feel like I can be irresponsible with money, right? And one of the reasons I show up on social media and I talk about the money I make of like the $25,000, the $40,000, the $50,000 months. I made almost like $70,000 in December of 2019. When I talk about this, and I talk about my spending, and I talk about money in a carefree, light attitude, it's because I want you to absorb the energy of how I feel with money. I want you to also understand that this is available for you too. This is something that you can do, you can feel, you can experience also. This is not exclusive to me. Like, I'm not the only person in the world that feels good with money. You can also feel good with money. Like, you're allowed to. And I do this and I show up on social media and I consistently talk about my experiences with money so that you also have a role model when it comes to earning more money and making more money and having more money. Where like there are people out there that spend a lot of money and make a lot of money and are really fucking happy and that just feel good with money. And like, isn't it such a cool thought to just be like, money's easy, money's flowy, money's just there? Isn't it such a cool thought to be like, I'm not stressed about money? Even if you're like worried about debt, this is another thing. If you're worried about bills or you're worried about debt or you're worried about these things, there's a reality that you can face. Like, I get it, right? Like, if you have to pay your bills and you don't have money in your bank account and you're stressed, I get it. But the point is, you don't need to be stressed about it every day, of every minute of every day. Like, if you want more money and you're constantly beating the drum, I want more money, I want more money, I want more money, I want more money. What are you doing? You're thinking about your lack of money. You're constantly reiterating to yourself and to the universe that you don't have enough money. So when you feel guilt, when you feel shame, when you feel depressed, when you feel sad, when you feel anxious around money, you are telling the universe emotionally that you are unavailable for more money. So you need to open up space to allow money to come in. And you do that by adopting a happy and healthy relationship with money. And how do you adopt a happy, healthy relationship with money? You identify people in the world that deal with money in a way that resonates with you, in a way that feels good for you. You listen to them. You adopt their belief systems. You follow along with their journey. That's why I show up here. That's why I do what I do. That's why I go live. That's why I post inspirational content. That's why I'm constantly creating reels. Yeah, it's fun, obviously, but the impact and the importance of it is like, you can see somebody out there that's making a lot of money and spending a lot of money and isn't stressed about it. That just like allows money to be a safe, consistent part of their lives. Like it just is. Is that all I have to say around stress and guilt with money? I think that might be it. I'm happy to answer questions still. Let me check my Facebook Live, see if anybody is asking any questions here. So, again, this has become a money-making magnet. Here's the thing. The number one most important thing you can do, and I said this on the last IG Live, the most important thing you can do to become a money magnet is recognize that you fucking are a magnet. You're already a goddamn magnet to attract money. The only person that's preventing you from making more money is yourself. There is no other force out there. It's not your boss, it's not your mom, it's not your dad, it's not your brother, it's not your best friends. It's you and your belief systems. In order to make more money, you have to clear out all the belief systems that were there that said that you can fuck it up, that you can mess up your relationship with money, that money is bad, money is evil. You need to clear out those belief systems and adopt new belief systems that money flows to you, money comes to you, money is a safe and supportive part of my life. Think about it from an energy perspective. If you're constantly vibrating at, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, it's not working for me, it's not working for me, I'm fucking it up, I'm running out of money, what do you think your experience is going to be? So, how do you clean your magnet to become a money magnet? You identify the belief systems that you have and you rewire them. Okay, what are some actions or physical routines that you can do to aid your change in your mindset? The reason I ask is because humans, it's difficult to believe something is not physical. That's a great question. So what are some actions or physical routines you can do to aid your change in mindset? Reason I ask. So, yes. To change your mindset, because mindset is a very intangible thing, right? So mindset is a difficult thing to change without the physical tangibility of it. So I journal a lot. Journaling is a very physical act where you can sit down and you write things out. And so what I will do pretty much every single day, and I actually have my journal here, because I went through it this morning, because apparently Mercury's in retrograde, and like it was like fucking me up. So I wrote out a whole bunch of stuff that I felt about money. And I call it tracing the metaphorical thread. So when you take out your journal, rather than just thinking about a thought, I want you to write out everything that you feel. Write out your feelings, your emotions with money, and ask yourself why you feel that way. Consistently ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel this way? The other thing I would recommend to that question of like, what should you do physically? I really enjoy walking when I meditate. Like I enjoy standing up and walking. And I think the bilateral movement of your body is hugely beneficial in the sense that you can zone out and get more into your subconscious mind. So if you need to physically get up and walk around, that's helpful. Some things I do to remind myself in physical form of my abundance and my ability to change my mindset is buying nice things, right? That's why I bought my Rolex, which I understand is not something that everybody can go out and do, but I would start small. Start treating yourself, and when you buy a really nice coffee, rather than buying it and thinking, oh, fuck, that was too much money to spend, buy it and appreciate it. Like when you're in a nice neighborhood, appreciate the neighborhood. I would get on my bike and ride through really nice neighborhoods to see beautiful houses so I could start to feel what that would feel like. So put yourself in different environments as well. Buy things now and then that really elevate your vibration, that make you feel better, and hopefully that will help shift your mindset. Because it is difficult to look at something that you don't like and just think something differently, right? Sometimes you have to just change your perspective entirely, get out of your own way, and then you can start to change your belief systems. Hopefully that was helpful. Okay, how do you talk about money with people who you love but who are scarce with money? Oh, what a great question. So there is this concept of holding space for people, right? This is something that we as humans, I don't think, do a very good job of. And what holding space is it's basically allowing the other person to express emotions without it impacting your emotions, right? So what that means is if somebody comes to you and is like, hey, I'm really upset that you didn't call me last week, right? The first reaction that we have as humans is to say something like, oh yeah, but you didn't call me, or I was going to call you. Like it's very reactionary, right? And so this is elevated when it comes to money, right? This is heightened when it comes to money because it can be such an emotional topic. And so the first thing is you wanna sit down with this person that you love who has a fear-based mindset or a scarcity-based mindset with money, and express to them that this is a safe space. Like this is a safe space for you to share, and this is a judgment-free zone. And I actually tell that to my one-on-one clients, like this is a judgment-free zone. And you first start by cleaning up your energy, right? So if you're feeling any kind of funky emotion around money, you're going to come into a conversation around money and also be in that same vibration. So make sure that you meditated, you are clearing out some work yourself, you're journaling it out, you're getting to the root of it. And then you're coming and you're expressing that it's a safe space for them to talk about it. I guess the question that I would ask, Sarah, is are you trying to shift their mindset, or do you want to allow them the opportunity to shift their own mindset? A lot of times when it comes to money, if you love somebody, the best thing you can do is love them, appreciate them, create a safe space around money, and then teach them through your example. Teach them through subtle hints of your own relationship with money. So for example, if you're with a partner, or let's say it's a brother or a sister or a family member, and they have a not so great mindset around money, right? You can, rather than giving them advice, which may be unsolicited, unless they're like coming to you and they're asking like, hey, do you have any advice on this? My dog is like ripping things up. Cashew! Enough! Somehow. This is what having a puppy is like. You rip plastic things out of your dog's mouth. So if you have a partner or a loved one who doesn't have a great relationship with money, if you're coming to them and you're just offering unsolicited advice, like they're most likely not going to be at the right frequency to absorb that, right? So think about yourself as a dial on a radio, right? So you're tuning to different frequencies. What happens for me and what happens with a lot of clients that I work with is when you feel confident, safe, and secure with money, it translates to other people. People pick up on that energetically, emotionally, and visually. They're like, oh, you're feeling really good with money. This is really interesting. How are you getting there? So you teach more through your example than you do with your words. But I would say the most important thing to do is create a safe space around money. Especially like don't try to fix family members. There are so many clients that I work with who are like, it's one of my clients, he has got 3 brothers, and the 4 of them had to pay for their dad's thing, right? And he makes more money, so he was like feeling very guilty and stressed, and he's like, my brothers just don't get it, and they're just not making enough money, and they're always expecting me to pay, and all of that was creating a lot of tension, a lot of turmoil, right? So there's a couple things. The first one is, these people around you are not asking for your opinion. They're not asking to be fixed or to be changed, right? The best way you can change is by changing your energy and your emotion. The reason we try to change people around us is because we want them to shift their behavior so that we feel better, typically, right? That's kind of a mind fuck. So you're like, I want you to change so that I can feel better in when I observe you, right? You have a better relationship with money, so I feel better. But the truth is, you can feel better just by feeling better. You can clear out any of the weird, funky, sticky energy that you have around money and just live in a place of abundance and happiness and freedom. And then eventually that will impact the people around you, but the intention shouldn't be to change anyone. The intention is never to change anyone. If somebody comes to you and is like, I see you doing things differently, I'm appreciating how you're thinking and talking about money, I want to learn from you, then great. Then you can have an open dialogue. If you know that they're struggling with money and it's something that you think that they want help with, you can just tell them that you're open to talking to them about it. Like, you're like, hey, I know that money in the past has been pretty stressful for both of us. I'm happy to talk about it with you anytime you want. And just leave it at that. The thing is, a lot of times we try to fix things, we try to fix problems by going in and digging into it. Like, why do you feel bad with money? What's wrong with you? And we try to strong arm our way into these things, when in reality, everybody's on a journey with money. Everybody is learning about money and processing money and figuring things out as they go. And a lot more value can be had by planting seeds, by consistently acting from a place of abundance, planting seeds. And over time, these people will be like, oh shit, I'm getting it, 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 right? So hopefully that was helpful. But if you have more questions, feel free to let me know. But yeah, I would say a scarcity mindset is, you can't battle fire with fire to change somebody. If somebody has a scarcity mindset and you're looking at them and you're like, you have a scarcity mindset, you need to change, it will never work because you're looking at their flaw and you're asking them to be something different. Think about that version of that person as an abundant version of themselves. Pretend that they are already that 2.0, more abundant, more prosperous, less anxiety-ridden person, and watch their energy change. One thing that we don't realize in partnerships is sometimes we perpetuate the same stories and we perpetuate the same scenarios because we are looking at a partner and we're like, oh, you don't have a great relationship with money. And you just keep telling them that, maybe through your thoughts, maybe through your words, and they're just like, oh yeah, I don't have a great relationship with money. And they're just like, this is just who I am, right? I just believe that. And so a lot of times a lot of value can be had by just shifting the way you see the person. They are abundant. They do feel great with money. Things are amazing with money. And see how that can shift your relationship with that person and their experience with money. Okay. Last thing, couple things. If you are not aware, which is possible, I have a signature program that I am super excited about. It's called the Money Course. It helps reframe, revamp, and completely shift your mindset around money. It is my heart, my soul. It's all the learnings. It's helped me get from working 7 days a week, making $180,000, $150,000 a year, to making $350,000 last year, $350,000 last year, working 3 days a week. I now currently work 2, sometimes 3 days a week, and I'm on track to make $400,000, $500,000 a year. And yes, there's energy, and yes, there's work that goes into it, but more than fucking anything, it's a mindset shift. It's a complete and total rewiring of how I see money. And I am now somebody who allows money to support them. I love money. Money is supportive. Money is free. Money comes. Money goes. There is no anxiety or stress around money. It just is. It's just a solid presence in my life. And I teach all these principles in the Money Course. So I'll put it in the comment section below. You can go to my my bio and click the link to watch a free webinar that I have on how to scale your business. If you want to join the money course, you can schedule a call with me as well. I'll put that as a link in my bio also. And the course is only open until the 15th, October 15th. So I'm here for you. I love you all. Thank you for joining. This is part 2 of a 5-part series. 5, not 10. 5-part series on how to become a money magnet. And I will put another poll out on my IG stories. So follow me if you don't on IG stories to see what we'll talk about next. And if you have any questions, you can email me at assistant@scottytaylorjr.com. And that's it. And I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.